Today, I will share with you my journey from pressure to treasure. For 4 years, from grade 6 until grade 9, I was always one of the best students in my class. And I immersed myself in the feeling that, wow, Fu, you're so good, you're so talented. Until I took the entrance to the high school for the gifted. I felt, even though I try a lot, everything collapsed on me at that time when I witnessed my friends get into the high school for the gifted, except me. I was extremely disappointed in myself. And that's what the first time I knew that I was lower than my peer. And I realized what peer pressure was. So what happened after the day I received the result? I locked myself in my room, cried out loud, and even vented my despair on Facebook through negative status. The next day, I kept doing those activities. The day after that, still crying and blaming, something like, I try a lot, but I didn't get something in return. It's unfair. Anyway, I must study in a local high school near my house. And of course, that's not the school for the gifted. Surprisingly, the feeling of peer pressure was much higher and greater when I entered the university. Everything I know is just a little, but not really good at any specific area. That means when someone asks me, what are your strengths? I don't know how to reply appropriately. When I look around, my friends, they're standing out with the old achievement. Especially when surfing on Facebook or TikTok, it's easy to see people who are at the same age like me. They travel around the world, they can buy the old house, they can become hot influencer with millions of followers on the social media, or then they can become entrepreneurs when they are really, really young. And at the moment, I realized that I'm not good at anything. At least, I'm good at acknowledging myself. And the feeling of peer pressure not only comes from personal achievement, but also from our appearance. Because I used to be a victim of body shaming when I was a little kid. I always heard something like, you're so fat like a pig, or your face looks so stupid. Because I used to feel ashamed of my protruding teeth, but they are better now. So the pressures of both having a good achievement and to have a good appearance become an intangible barriers that interferes me in the way that to exploring myself. However, when I had a chance to travel to that city, I accidentally met Miss Trang, a woman with disability. She shared all her stories about how she felt as a victim of body shaming and how those criticisms make her strong to overcome all her difficulties in life and runs her own business. And when I reflect on her stories, a lot of thoughts that mess up in my head because I'm as normal as all of you, but I cannot conquer myself. Then, instead of just immersing myself in those negative emotions, one day, I wondered to myself, what is my true value? What are my strengths and my weaknesses? And how can I become a better version of myself? I just keep comparing my ugly backstage to fabulous footage of the others. Is this worth comparing? No. So I took those peer pressures into my peer motivations as a lever to put myself forward. Because I believe that if I just run away from those emotions, I don't answer the question that peer pressure brings to me and stop thinking about it, I'm scared when I get older, I will become an old man with thousands of questions stuck in my head like, why don't I follow my passion? Or if I do that, will I become happier? So I believe that all negativities, challenges, and difficulties are my valuable opportunity to make me grow. And the most important things is the way we approach and face to face with those intangible pressures. Turn them into your motivation to reach your goal, or make them become chains to hold you back. It's all your choice. And my choice is the former. Previously, when looking at other success, the only thoughts that came up in my mind was, this guy is just like me. He doesn't deserve it. It's unfair. But now, when looking at other success, I always try to find out how they can do that, to get the same accomplishment or to become better. What skills do I need to improve? Finally, I realized that every success goes along with its costs. My friends who can get a score on the IELTS had many sleepless nights, or people who can become managers or director just after graduating must undergo a period of working without salaries for months or for years to get experience. So peer pressures is the way you come to solve two problems at the same time. The first one is to get recognition from people, like social standing, money, and respect. And the second one is to find out who you really are, your value, your strength, your weakness. And if these two circles, I call them these two circles, and if these two circles intersect and gradually coincide, I believe that's a perfect life, because you can get both recognition from society and you can do whatever you want. Back to my story. I believe that the only ways to overcome peer pressure is to continuously enhance our value. So what is self-value? In my opinion, I believe that your values is what you choose. For example, I chose to stop comparing myself to others so that I can focus more on my life. Or I chose to have braces because that improved my smile and does make me feel more confident. So every decision, every choice we make every day define who you are and reflects your value. So everyone, I want to ask all of you a question. Are your friends good or bad? Is your bedroom clean or messy? And does your lover treat you well? Don't try to find anywhere else. That's your value. Besides, I want to ask one more question. Are you satisfied with your life? I go first. I'm not. Because I don't want me to be me right now forever. So the only ways to continuously to overcome peer pressure is to continuously enhance our value. So how can I to be more confident to stand here and share with all of you? So there are 4 ways to enhance your value, and that can be concluded in one word: self-learning. And there are 4 ways of self-learning. The first one, self-learning by personal experience. For example, when I failed to get into the high school for the gifted, I try to find out the reasons. I try to find out the answer. Why? I realized that I was so subjective and reckless because I got used to listening to compliments always. Yeah. Secondly, learn what's going on around you. For example, you spend 15 minutes every morning to reading a newspaper to know what's going on around you, and you spend 15 minutes more to surf on social media to know what controversial issues of netizens right now. Thirdly, proactively learn new knowledge. That means you proactively learn your favorite topics, like what is mulisms, how to be clever in communication, or what is the current fashion trend right now. And the last one, learn by observing real cases from real people. For example, when you go to a coffee shop, you see a girl, a woman, wearing a fashionable dress and with a belt, and you learn from her fashion style. Finally, I want to remind there are two things that you can't get back in life: an opportunity when it's missed, and times after it's gone. So don't let peer pressure to become a barrier that interfere you in the way you come to success, but turn it into your motivation, your treasure to explore new capability of yourself. And I believe that when you want something, all the universe conspire in helping you to achieve it. Thank you.